Simplifying radicals is a task that students come across in a variety of ways. So we will be doing different questions and handling different situations depending upon the questions, and each time there will be a different requirement in the question. For example, in this question we are doing in question number 1. Here the question is that write the radicand and the index. So write the radicand and index in, what is this, is 32, and this is third root. So what is the index here? Index is equal to 3. This is what's called the index, and radicand is the number for which we are taking the radical sign. So this number right here, that's called the radicand. So what is radicand? Is equal to 32. So if we do another question, what would be index in x, y over z, and if we take the fifth root? If we take the fifth root, then what is index? Index would be 5. Index is equal to the, if we are taking the fifth root, then index is equal to 5. And what is the radicand? That is the number inside the radical sign, that is x, y over z. So this is the radicand. Another situation where we come across to convert a radical form into exponential form is write the following in the radical form. So now we are going to write the following. So this is another question. Write the following into radical form. So here what we have is 100 power 1 by 2. If you remember, we wrote this square root of number 3 like this, and the equivalent exponential form was written as 3 power 1 by 2. This is exponential form, this is radical form. So here we are going to convert it. This given is exponential form, and we will convert it into radical form, and we will write it 100 and then square root. The square root has index 2, which we don't write, but if it was a third root or fifth root or fourth root, then we will write that index right in this corner here. So if we do another question under the same heading, write the following into radical form, and we write 69 power 2 by 3. This is exponential form, and in this exponential form, if we wish to write it in the radical form, we can separate 69 power 2 times 1 over 3, and then we can equivalently write this as 69 power 2 and whole power 1 by 3, and then this is third root 69 square and this is third root. This is what determines the number of roots, and this is third root. And what is the index here? That would be 3. And if we do another question, that would be, if we do have 27 x power minus 1 and whole power minus 2 over 3, and if we want to write this into radical form, because this is exponential form, so we're gonna separate 1 by 3 in the power here. So this would be 27 x power minus 1 power minus 2 times 1 over 3. We're going to separate 1 over 3 now, and we will write this as 27 power minus 2 into x minus 1 power minus 2, and we will take the power 1 over 3, and then this would be 21 over 27 square x power minus 1 times minus 2 is 2, and then third root here. Then that is how we can write it. Or further, we can write it x square over 729, because 27 times 27 I believe is 729, and then third root. So this is how we can write a given exponential form into radical form. And now the question is, write the following into exponential form. Now the other way around. Write the following into exponential form. And in this we are given a radical form is x 7th root, mean index is 7. If this is index is 7, we can write x power 1 over 7. And if in another question, if it is 69 third root, obviously this would be 69 power 1 by 3, which is exponential form. And if this is 26 over 135 square root, there is no index, then obviously the index is 2. So this would be 26 over 135 power 1 over 2. This is exponential form. If we want to simplify radical sign, let's say we have simplify the following. So let's say that we have under root 5 plus under root 5. How many times? Just like everybody can count that 2 men plus 3 men. How many men? That's equal to 5 men. So this square root 5 is an object just like that object man, and we can count and write them. That is equal to 2 times 5 under root 2 times. So under root 5 plus under root 5 is equal to 2 times under root 5. Similarly, if we write this as 3x under root plus 2x under root, that would be equal to 5 under root x. Question: simplify the following, and that is under root 5 into under root 5 plus 2 times under root 5. Either we can add it inside, like what would be under root 5 plus 2 times under root 5, that would be like 1 man plus 2 men is 3 men. Similarly, under root 5 plus 2 times under root 5 would be 3 times under root 5. And now if we multiply, we can 3 into under root 5 times under root 5, and since we know that a under root into b under root is equal to ab under root, so let's bring both of 5's under one square root, that is 5 times 5, and if there is a pair inside the square root, this would be 5 and the answer would be 15. Let's do another question, and here simplify this question. Under root 30 times under root 10 times under root 3, and as I already stated at the start of the question, that make prime factors of all the numbers inside the square root. So 30, if we want to break it down, that would be 15, 3, 5, 5, 1. So the prime factors for 30 are 2 times 3 times 5, and prime factors for 10 are 2 times 5, and there is no 3 itself is a prime. So bring all the factors under one square root and make the pairs if possible. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of this pair you can take a 2 common. Out of this pair you can take that 3 out. Out of this pair you can take 1, 5 out. So 2 times 3 times 5, this would be 2 times 3 would be 6 times 5, that would be equal to 30.